Hey, what's up? How you guys doing? Can you guys hear me all right? Fresh fit. Well, okay. Well, I'm just getting ready to head out to MGS Con in a couple of days. What am I? Well, uh, getting one of those two posters signed, meeting up with some friends, and then just seeing some fun activities. uh, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. There was a plan to do something more, but due to timing, it ended up just not actually happening. But they're not doing this next year, but they'll do it the year after. So maybe hopefully I'll be able to do it in 2027. And if I can pull that off, then I think that'll be something really really special. And that seems just fine. I'm doing fine, Commander Shepard. How about you? I'm just I'll just try to stay busy. What I consider doing a YouTube membership. What do you mean membership? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Mango? You mean like a partnership? I technically already have one. Like you can have paid for content. You mean paid for content? Well, I mean, I already have a partnership, so I do make like a little money for my channel every month. Do I like the study of physics? No, not really. I'm more of an earth science kind of person. You, Zach, you played some Injustice 1 and 2 with the Bat family, Bat Knight, Batman. Okay, well, I hope you had fun with it. That's an old game. Like, viewers pay for certain video members only stuff. Well, okay. But what kind of content would I want to make for that you have to pay for it? Like, I don't think I have a big enough audience to even try something like that. To be fair, I've never, and I don't know what kind of content I would want to put behind a paywall. That doesn't seem right. Let me guess. In both Injustice games, you played as Batman? No, I did not play as Batman. Like, I don't remember who I played as. I'd have to double check. I haven't played Injustice in some time. Death Stranding has both Earth Science and Physics. Timefall. Sub, please. Oh dear. Did you see the trailer for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? Yeah, I saw it, and it's cute. It's another Lego game. Hey, Mayboom, how you doing? Did you get... No. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get Gears. I'm still gonna get... I don't know why the hell Indiana Jones is so hard. Like, is it still popular after so long? I will get Gears. Oh, by the way, I'll mention this again. I'll mention this again like in a post, but we won't have a live stream next Wednesday. But I'll try to see if I can push to next Thursday. I have to go out and do an important event on next Wednesday all day, so I won't be able to really work on anything or do any live streams. But I'll be sure to post and mention it at the end of this video. Did you know they're putting Halo ODST in Helldivers? Yeah, yeah, Super Gaming. I know that. Can I do a top 5 favorite video game guns? No, I really can't. I mean, they probably would all be in Ratchet and Clank. I mean, that franchise has so many really cool guns. Like, trust me, like guns that would be on there would not be like real guns. They would be like fictional guns made in that world only. And the only franchise I can think of that does a really good job at that is Ratchet and Clank. Legacy of the Dark Knight. Is he retired? No. Like, it includes the Dark Knight trilogy. Just buy it from the store. Where's the other video about video games that deserve sequels? I'm working on that. I will try to get it up tomorrow. I've really just been kind of like I had like a day to work on anything. So if I'm lucky, I can get it done tomorrow. And on top of that, I'm working with a couple of other voice actors, and I'm editing their voiceovers for the next versus matchup video, which I'm having it come out on the 28th. But I have to go to MGSCon to record something important for the intro. So that's what's holding up. Am I a fan of Quentin Tarantino? Well, yeah, you know, I've liked most of his films. You know, Pulp Fiction, the Kill Bill films. I think Deadly Seven, Django Unchained, Unusual Suspect, stuff like that. It's fine. Here's the thing. I don't know if Indiana Jones is something I want to own. That's the thing. What rating am I going to give Indiana Jones? I can't give it a rating because I haven't played it. I don't know. Boom, you're still playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, well, hope you're having fun with it. You pre-ordered Borderlands 4 and you can't wait to play it. That's good. Who's got a bigger ego, Vegeta or Seto Kaiba? Oh, definitely Seto Kaiba. Vegeta can get over his ego from time to time and he doesn't push it. Seto Kaiba can't do that at all. You're challenging your first BD in Death Stranding. Okay, Gordon, are you playing Death Stranding 1 or Death Stranding 2? Do you play any games do I play any online games? I think I guess I used to. I used to be big in Call of Duty back during the PlayStation 3 era, and I used to play a lot of Apex with my brother, but since he became a dad, we don't really get a lot of time to play. You were going to pre-order Metal Gear Delta, but I had to get more funds. Okay. Have you watched the new South Park season? I haven't had a chance to, but I've seen a couple of things about it. I hope Kung Lao becomes Sub-Zero. Oh, Kuai Li Ang becomes Sub-Zero? He can't. He can't because he's Scorpion. Yeah, that's not. If you're expecting Scorpion to become Sub-Zero, that's not going to happen. He's gonna remain Scorpion. I don't know why. Are you having a hard time accepting that? Kuai Li Yang is Scorpion now, and you have Hanzo. He's in there, but he's a kid, and we technically don't have a Sub-Zero. Honestly, you would have a better chance of Frost becoming the next Sub-Zero. Which would not surprise me if they made if just Frost took on the title of the next Sub-Zero. She's a cameo character. That would not surprise me. Did you hear we're getting a sequel to Black Myth? No, I did not know that. I never finished Black Myth Wukong. Couldn't finish it. What character has a better Scar? Scar from Lion King or Sub-Zero? Well, definitely Sub-Zero. I like Sub-Zero as a good guy. He could be if they make Frost a good girl. That could work. But don't forget, the first Sub-Zero has always been kind of a dick, so... That's a good question. Favorite gun in Killzone? That's a good question. That's a very interesting question. Well, just looking at them, I would say my favorite gun is probably the STA-3 light machine gun. That's usually pretty useful. What is Kojima-ism? Well, the best way I can describe is Kojima-ism is when Kojima adds an idea that is so weird that only he could really come up with it, and he inserts it in his projects. Like, typically it's like a movie, or it's some weird line of dialogue, or it's a weird image. It's like it's something you've never seen before, and I think that's what makes him unique. Like, trust me, you would never see anything from something like Death Stranding in any other game. It could really only come from his mind. And that's the best way I can describe Kojima-ism. It's like his sense of humor, his interest in certain movies, his interest in certain artists and other directors and actors. Like, this is a guy who has a very unique sense of taste. He knows what he likes, and he has no issue promoting it and putting it in his projects. What's an element that could go well against each other, like fire and ice? I don't know. Wind and earth, I guess? Who's cooler, Liu Kang or Fei Yun? Oh, definitely Liu Kang. Do I have a poster collection? Yes, I do, but it's not as big as it used to be. I've gotten rid of a lot of posters over the years. I think I at one point, like, I have a video, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, I mean, hang on. Maybe I could pull it up. I mean, if you want to watch it, go ahead and do it on your own time, but yeah, like, I had like a mess. Yep, there it is. Well, I mean, here you go. Check it out if you want. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, check that video out if you want, but like, I would say that is my poster collection at the peak. When I had the absolute most and I had them framed everywhere. I remember an old video you said your favorite online gaming experience. Yeah, I was in Black Ops, I was playing zombies, I was playing with a bunch of kids who shouldn't be playing it, and I turned off the mic, and they were really, really bad, and I carried them for like 23 missions, and I turned the mic back on, and I found it for like the past hour, because every time your character dies, it like automatically goes to the screen of like the remaining player. So all three of these kids were constantly getting killed, and I was constantly carrying them for like 20 stages, and for like the last hour, all they were doing was talking about how good I was. They were like saying, "Oh my God, this guy's amazing, man. He knows the map, so he's like the greatest player ever." So it's a weird experience, but like I felt like in that moment at that time, I literally felt like I was probably the best zombie player in the world. Like I really felt that way with 100% confidence. I could openly stick my chest out and say, "I'm the best Call of Duty zombie player in the world, and no one can touch me." For that one day. Yeah, I'll never forget that experience. Death Stranding 2 is getting fun after fighting my first beats. Yeah, it definitely it's at a much faster pace. They definitely fixed that problem. Have I played Wet? I don't think so. Who's cooler? Liu Kang or Martial Law? Oh, definitely still Liu Kang. I'd only have posters made out of strong material instead of paper, or I'd use better things like maybe magnets or thumbtacks or blue tapes. But yeah, well, I started getting some metal ones, so, I mean, I've only got like 2 of them. But yeah, I don't really get too many posters, and if I do, I make sure to immediately frame them. I think, like, the latest poster, I think I've shown you guys this. I think the latest poster I got was, like, that one. and it's hard to see. But like, there's the movie ticket I saw when I saw it in I saw it in D4. So yeah. Just wanted to drop and say hi. Well, stop. Thanks for stopping by, Jackie boy. Can you do a rock eyebrow? No, I can't. How many countries have I been to? Have I been to? I would say maximum 3, but only because I was born in another country. So that's 1. Then I came here. This is 2. And then I've been to Taiwan, and that's 3. But like traveled outside of the country since I got here, only 1. How many countries have you been to? Do I like do-rags? No, I don't wear them. I assure you, I do not wear do-rags. I don't have enough hair. I don't have enough hair to want to wear do-rags. What's the purpose of do-rags? I think, and from what I know, people wear do-rags if they have like a lot of hair and they don't want it flopping all around. Like when my brother had dreads, he would wear a do-rag because he just didn't want them flopping all around. Plus, you would put a do-rag on so that hair didn't get into your hat. So like a lot of people wear do-rags and then they would wear snapbacks like this just so hair didn't get into it. Because I have so little of it, I don't have to worry about that. So just posters are unlikely to get wrecked in using different things and holding posters up to not damage walls. Yeah, that's understandable. Plus, I'm still trying to figure out. I think I posted this everywhere. But I'm taking one of these 2 posters with me to MDSCon, and I haven't decided which one I should take. So, like, I'm only gonna take one. So. I think the first video I saw from you was the worst to best Call of Duty. Okay, that's a good video. I would have figures and statues, but they all take up room. You know, Jesus Christ. You know, I have so many goddamn statues now. Like, it's hard to see. I mean, I think I can show you. But, like, my Dragon Ball, like, I think for those who follow me on, like, Instagram and Facebook, we have like a game place here called Round 1, and they have like a lot of like prize game machines, and they are all filled with figures. And like I would say over the last year, I've managed to seriously like increase the size of my Dragon Ball Z, or technically just like more Dragon Ball figures. Like I had like at one point like 2 like a year ago, and like look at how many are up there. It's a little hard to see. Like all of those I won at round 1. You got, let's see, you got Gogeta, you got 2 versions of Gogeta, Goku, Vegito, Eva Vegeta, and then another Vegito, and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then over here I have like 2 different versions of Goku Black, and then I got this figure here, which I don't know why the hell I want it. I've never played this game, and I haven't played a Zelda game in like 20 years. Yet it was in my, but they had these available, and like all these figures are like $20-$30. Like some are $40. Like if you tried to buy them, but like if you're like really good at some of these like claw machine games, like you could win them for like $7. Like they don't have a payout. So like if you're just really good at those games, you can win a lot. And some people do. Some people are like so good they will like win a bunch of those games and then just go and sell those figures on eBay. Who's cooler, Liu Kang or Broccoli? Liu Kang still. What's the last movie I saw in theaters? Superman. I saw that twice in theaters. I've only seen. I think the next movie I'll see is probably Mortal Kombat. Oh snap! Obi-Wan's here. What do I think is the best stealth game? Metal Gear Solid 3, no question. Easy. Easy. I wonder if people made 3D print of figures that yes they do. They sell a lot of stuff. Like one thing. Oh snap! Like they sell a lot of stuff. They sell figures. They sell plush. They sell all kinds of merchandise. Like last year, I picked up the Big Boss, which is like the most expensive pass you can get, and they gave me like a free Fat Man figure. Can anyone tell me which Metal Gear Solid game he comes from? You get a thumbs up. And then here, I picked up like a lot of figurine, like a lot of pictures. There's a lot of artists, and so they make like cool things like that. Like these, like some of these are really cool. And I think last year I picked up like 8 of them. So I know maximum wise I'm probably gonna get maybe another 4 more. And like I got one over there. So yeah, they sell a lot of cool things at MGS Con. But they did announce that they're not doing one next year, and they're gonna push it back to 2027. Oh yeah, yep. Metal Gear Solid 2. Well, Mayboom, that's my friend Rachel, who I've known for 12 years, and I'm taking her to Universal Studios in 2 days. So like my trip to California is like a 2-day trip. I'm gonna take Rachel to Universal Studios on the 22nd, and then I'm going to MGS Con on the 23rd. So I just kind of figured, yeah. Like I think, yeah, like I typically do something with Rachel every time I'm in California. Like last year I took her to Disneyland, and we went to Disneyland and California Adventure. So yeah. Can you name 3 characters outside of Metal Gear that could defeat Colonel Fogan as the Man of Fire? Are you kidding? 3 characters outside of Metal Gear? Of course. Virgil, Dante, and Nero. There's 3 right there, just from Devil May Cry alone. What, you want another couple of franchises? Yeah, look, trust me, people in Metal Gear are not that tough. Outside of Metal Gear. They're not that tough. Like, Snake might be the man in his own game, but dude, take him out of there, he ain't gonna last. Oh snap, we got 10 viewers. What would Nero say to Volgin? Jackpot, I guess? Jackpot? And just shoot him? I could see that. Could I work on a... Think you missed this. I didn't see... Could it work to have a Metal Gear Solid protagonist transform into an actual snake? Or would that just damage the story? Transform to an actual snake? I don't think we got characters that do that transform into animals. No, I don't. I think that would be. I mean, that wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've seen, but no, I don't think that would work. You're really close to 100K. Yeah, but I still have a small following. I still am trying to figure. I've been trying to figure this thing out for 10 years. It's like, how the hell do I have almost 100,000 subscribers yet I struggle to get 100 views? There's definitely something wrong with the algorithm, and I might have a solution to that, but I won't work on that till like maybe sometime next month. But at this rate, I'm pretty confident I'll hit 100K by September. I'm pretty confident. October has always been the month where I get the most amount of subscribers, so I feel that's when it'll happen. What do I think of Candace Owens? I'm not a fan of her. Not at all. Thoughts on Borderlands 2? It's fine. It's the only Borderlands game I've ever played. It was fine when I had friends to play with. Maybe he could say, could I take the heat? No, that's not Arrow. It's just a question. Your experience in video editing? I'm very experienced. Buddy, I went to school. When I was in high school, we had a magnet program. There were two magnet programs. It was AOIT or AOC. AOIT was Academy of Information Technology, and AOC was Academy of Communications. And in communications, that's when we worked on video editing and working in broadcast and journalism. And it is funny that after high school, I went into game design, went to go get a bachelor's degree in game design. College didn't help because they find out that even if you go through college, they don't help you get a job with the degree that you spent like all these tens of thousands of dollars. That's the problem with college. They need to have something that like they guarantee you a job in the department that you went to get a degree for. But they don't do that. They give it to you and they say, go out there and go get it yourself. And most don't even get degrees, don't even get jobs for the degrees that they went for. So then I took like a year or two off after college. And then I found Rachel online, and she kind of inspired me to start my channel because I thought it would help me like kind of break my shell. And then over time, then my first year, I got invited to E3 as media, which that was the high point. And then that was kind of the moment where I was like, you know what, I want to get into this. And then I think 5 or 6 years into it, I had a realization that everything that I was doing with my YouTube channel was stuff that I had learned when I was in high school. Not what I learned in college. Like all those college years just kind of went through me, and I didn't use any of that. But everything I used in high school, I was applying to my video editing and all of that. So that was a fun realization. Thoughts on Jonah Hill? He's a solid actor, I could say. In my opinion, which Metal Gear game is the best? Metal Gear Solid 3, of course. I mean, there's a reason I got 2 posters of it right there. Both of them are very rare. That one's been signed by both David Hayter and Laurie Allen, who did the voices for Solid Snake and Big Boss and the Boss. I was thinking of taking that one, but there's like one other poster I want to try to find. But it's like the Moby Dick of Metal Gear Solid posters, and I've only seen like 2 people have them. They're like super fucking rare, but I'd be willing to pay like $500 to get one. Do you think Bowser could back Metallo into a corner? Yeah, I probably think so. I could see Virgil saying Wesker real power beats fake power. Yeah, probably. What's my favorite set piece in Arkham City? Probably the opening when you're first going in as Bruce Wayne. Like that's pretty good, I would say. What's my critique of the 4th game? What 4th game? You mean Metal Gear Solid 4? Is that what you mean? Mayboom? Because Metal Gear Solid 4 is right there. Well, if you want my critique of it, it's right there on the bed. I purchased that exact copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 6 months before. No, it couldn't have been 6 months before I even owned a PlayStation 3. It sits as my third. It's my favorite PlayStation 4 game of all time. And on the chart, it sits as my 3rd favorite video game of all time. So like my top 5 is literally MGS3, Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 4, Dead Space 2, and then Resident Evil 4. Real Resident Evil 4. So my critique of it is I thought it was incredible. It had enough improvements over 3. Story-wise, it was incredible. It answered all the questions that had been... And it actually explains the entire plot of the entire franchise, only for Phantom Pain to fuck that up. And I thought the ending, though long, it has... Dude, to this day, it still holds the Guinness World Record for the longest cutscene in gaming. Like that, and I think it's one cutscene and it lasts like an hour and 40 minutes. Like it's longer than a movie. And I've never skipped it anytime I've replayed Metal Gear Solid 4. I thought it was great, and it's the end of the franchise, and it is still trapped on the PlayStation 3. Let that sink in. That game came out in 2008, and the only way you can really play it is on the PlayStation 3. And people have been talking about trying to bring that to a new console for years. Like there's talk that they might do like another Metal Gear collection that'll have Metal Gear Solid 4. But the thing is that they would have to really make a lot of major adjustments, because a lot of the functions of Metal Gear Solid 4 are linked to the PlayStation 3 controller in how it works. So like the use of the axis and a lot of the functions, they're programmed and tied with that controller, so that would make it really, really challenging. I'm sorry, I got real into Metal Gear Solid 4. I love that game. Name 3 members of the Bat family that could beat... Okay, Batman, Nightwing, and Red Hood. I think they could take him down. Have I played Mario Kart Double Dash? No, I have not. Who would win, T-Rex or 20 Velociraptors? Oh, the Rex. No, the Rex. I'm sorry, Raptors are getting out of there. The second and the first 2 go down, the other 18 aren't even going to try. Do you think that if the Sons of the Patriots AI was still active, do you think it would have been a bigger problem? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, God. You kidding? Man, if that shit was still up, World Marshal, that would have looked like a small revolt. Seen the Final Fantasy X Magic the Gatherings card? No, I have not. I've heard about them. I asked because you said 3 is the best. So, yes, I would say in my opinion, I think 3 is overall the best one, followed by 4. Some people would argue 1. Some people might argue 2. I don't know how. Some people like Phantom Pain for some reason, even though I don't think it's a great story. I think gameplay-wise, it probably has the best gameplay, but story-wise, it's crap. Who is your favorite Beauty and the Beast member? Ooh. Mrs. Potts. No question. Mrs. Potts is gangster. What's the first movie I remember seeing in theaters? Ooh, that's a good... Ooh, I like that question, Mango. You got good questions. Some of you may not remember this. There's a documentary on this movie. But my earliest memory of a movie I know I saw was The Island of Dr. Moreau, which I'm sure none of you have ever heard of or know what I'm talking about. And I can recall the second movie that I know I saw as a kid was The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think that might have been the first Disney movie I saw in theaters. Because at the time, I didn't go to school. I went on a developmental facility on base, and every once in a while we would take field trips. And one time we took a field trip to the theater that my dad was working security for. So there was a really cool moment where I actually ran into my dad while he was at work, while I was with my classmates seeing The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's one of my happiest memories. Oh dear God, Wing, you know that movie. Given the bad reputation, I've seen I don't think it's as bad as some people think. I mean, I certainly think the behind the scenes chaos is a lot more interesting than the film. But like, I saw that movie as a kid. I don't recall it being all that awful. It's like, I mean, it was okay. Which powerful maximum opponent from any universe for Snake? This is. Wait, what? What's powerful maximum? Okay, I gotta say this slowly because how you type this, I don't even understand. What powerful maximum opponent from any universe for Snake? This or Snake from? Okay, I think you're trying to ask me who is a character I think from another franchise. Do I think one of the Snakes could take on? I don't know. Maybe some of the bosses in the main antagonists in Call of Duty games. I think that counts. I think that counts. Black Wolf, do you think a movie about a sarcophagus would be crazy? Well, isn't that what the Mummy was about? Have I seen Spring Breakers? No, Mango, I've never heard of that. You want a really bad cult classic movie? Check out the Project Metal Beast DNA Overlord. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Liu Kang versus Solid Snake. Oh God, are you kidding? What the hell is Solid Snake gonna do against a fire god? I mean, Liu Kang is the god of fire and lightning. What the hell is Solid Snake gonna do against that? Guns don't even work on him. I mean, they might work in terms of the gameplay, but realistically, what the hell is Snake gonna do? Do you think Star Wars 1313 was going to be a great game before it got canceled? From what I could tell, it was going to be basically an Uncharted game set in Star Wars. That could have easily worked, surrounded around a young Boba Fett. That does sound like a great game. It's a shame we never got it. Could a Snake hero take on a supervillain? Which supervillain are we talking about here? Do you use IMDb or Letterboxd or any movie ratings platforms? I don't use them, but like I'll look into them if I need to do some research on like a certain movie. You know, from time to time. Anyone? Okay, you need to define supervillain. Like, are we talking like supervillain like the Joker? Or are we talking like supervillain like Darkseid? That's like that can like destroy entire realities. Like, what are we talking about here? I was just reminding about the canceled Star Wars game from a couple of years ago. Yeah. So, hey, what's up, James? How you doing? It's pronounced wait, what? It's pronounced I can't even pronounce that. It's a type of what? With giant claws? I don't even know what the hell that is. What is that? I'm gonna look that up. What the hell is that? Why do I get the feeling it's some sort of creature or something? Oh, it looks like it's some kind of T-Rex or something with longer arms. It's a dinosaur. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just a slightly shaped T-Rex with longer arms. Okay. Okay. You should have just said dinosaur. Could the Beauty and the Beast unit take on some of Superman's lower tier villains? Probably, I think so. Ben Affleck's Batman vs. Solid Snake. Which Solid Snake are we talking about here? We talking MGS1 Solid Snake, MGS2 Solid Snake, or MGS3, which technically he goes by Old Snake? That's what I meant, as a maximum opponent Snake could take on, but no more powerful than that. Like the example, supervillain, like superpowers. I guess so. Like if he has some experience against people who have like powers, but they're not like extreme powers. Like I think the closest to someone like that might be someone like Vamp, but even Vamp doesn't really have powers. Have I seen American Beauty? With Kevin Spacey, I think I've seen clips, but I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing. I mean, isn't it that movie where, like, his wife is cheating on him and his daughter hates him, and then he gets infatuated with one of his daughter's friends, and he, like, it's a weird movie, and then he dies at the end by getting killed. Like, again, I don't think I've seen that movie, but I've seen, like, clips of it. That's what. Actually, it's a with longer claws. I'm looking at this damn thing. They're saying it's like a T-Rex. I mean, it looks like a T-Rex. I mean, maybe a little smaller, but it's got like longer arms. But like, it looks like a T-Rex. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 1 Snake. I give it to Batman. By that point, he's a little bit more experienced. You can hear what Chris Jericho is possibly returning to WWE. I don't think he should. From what I saw of him in AEW, he is not in great shape. I would not bring him back. He does not need another run in WWE. If there's only one person in AEW I would like to see come back, and that's Edge. And that's solely and it's a shame we never got to see that. Like, that would have been interesting. Imagine if Edge were there during Cena's like minor heel run. Like, that would have been something. I think I would have been more entertained by seeing that than anything else. Seeing a heel Randy, seeing a face Randy versus heel Cena was okay, but like, if you really want to take it to the next level, I think seeing a heel Cena go up against a face Edge would have been something special. That I would have taken over anything. What is your favorite Lego video game? Mine, oh, well, that's probably Star Wars, easy. Early Star Wars. Like, maybe any villains he could take out from X-Men? Probably not. Not mutants. I would say mutants are closer to what he's dealt with, but even so, I don't think, I don't think he could handle someone like Juggernaut or Magneto or people like that. I don't think it was a very good idea using KG Beasts and Batman v Superman. Was he in that film? Like, God, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that piece of shit movie in so long. I didn't even remember he was in there. The Walls of Jericho? Yeah, they don't look that painful. Have I seen the new trailer for the next Batman game? Yes, I have. I remember an older video where I think you said you don't like Free Guys. Like, I don't like them either. Free Guy. I didn't like it as much. I mean, it was okay, but I wasn't crazy about it. What is one film you hope never gets a sequel that unfortunately you think will get one? Toy Story 3. That's a movie. There is no sequel to Toy Story 3. There's only 3 films. There are no more. But I think they might make a sequel one day, which they shouldn't. Because it's wrong. And it's a money grab. No, they're not. No, they're not, Mango. There is no Toy Story 5. There is no Toy Story 4. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You need to get a CAT scan. There is no Toy Story 4. There is no Toy Story 5. There are only 3 films. Do you hear me? There are 3 films. I don't know what you're smoking. You are on something. Get off the crack cocaine. Get off the weed. There is no Toy Story 5. There is no Toy Story 5. I'm not pretending. You're pretending. Did you know Sam Raimi wanted to do a Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6? I'd heard about that, but like, I mean, what else could you do? I mean, how do you top Venom? How do you top Venom? I mean, you're damn right. There's only 3 Toy Story films. Hell, I'll even take the Christmas special. Damn right. There are only 3 of them. Just like there's only, well, I don't know about that. I'd have to question that. I was gonna say there's only 6 Star Wars films, but I'd be like, Rogue One was actually pretty decent. I actually liked that one quite a lot. Have I seen Ted? Yeah, the one, yeah, with the talking bear. Yeah, I've seen both. I'm not pretending. You are just delusional. I'm not pretending. I'm not pretending. I'm speaking facts here. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yes, there is no Toy Story. There's only no Toy Story 4. But I'm not pretending and yeah. So he wouldn't survive fighting villains. Yeah, I don't think he would. No, no, I don't think he would. And there's nothing wrong with that. There is no. Thoughts on the PlayStation? Oh dear lord, I saw that. Oh, this is so stupid. Why are we increasing? I've never seen this before. I like. Can any of you recall? I've never, I've never heard of a time where you're increasing the price of a console this far into your lifespan. Guys, we are only 2 years away from the PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox. I've never heard of a price increase. If you increase your prices and you don't release any top tier quality games, no one is going to buy one. Like honestly, until I don't think I think the next big PlayStation exclusive release is what Ghost. But I'm not saying and most people who have a PlayStation 5 already have one. And it is already the best selling console of this generation. Like Xbox is never gonna catch PlayStation at this point. I think within 2 years, it's possible with maybe a solid number of really good, true exclusive games. I think at bare minimum, I think it could reach the $100 million mark because it's currently sitting at like 80.3. But like, if you increase the price of your console, no one wants to pay more. Like, I'm lucky I got my PlayStation 5 when I did. But in terms of the whole Toy Story things, yeah, I'd take that. Yeah, that's fine. I'd take that. In the name of, yes. In in the name of 3 topics, gamer, what are the 3 topics? Well, at the very beginning, it was pretty much when I first started. I was known as the 3 topics reviewer. It was 3TR, and I would review movies, games, and tech. And that's still kind of what I do, but the tech part's kind of muted a little bit, but it's still mainly movies, games. Technically, it's technically movies, gaming, and pretty much whatever you guys want me to talk about. But that can like venture into a lot of different things. So that's where that came from. But it was actually my friend Rachel who suggested that I switch it to gamer because at the beginning It was 3TR, and the channel was kind of named after her because I have like she like inspired me to start my channel. So I have like three specific images of her doing stuff, and like that, it was named after her. So at the time it was like three total Rachels, and she thought that was cute. And then I think I want to say 5 or 7 years into my channel, she like suggested that to make things a little bit simpler, she said she actually changed the. She suggested I switch it to gamers. So that's how I have the name I have today. But what I thought was cool about the whole gamers thing is you can still kind of go by 3TR because there's an R at the end of gamer. So it could either go 3TR or 3TG, and it would still be correct because there's a G at the beginning of gamer and there's an R at the end of gamer. So I thought that was a brilliant idea from her. Obviously, we know John Wick couldn't take on any of them. You're damn right he couldn't. What's a game that you were super excited for, but then after playing it, you absolutely hated it? That's a good one. I wouldn't say I hated it, but I was disappointed. Probably Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. I wouldn't say I hated that game, but I was severely disappointed. Like, I was pumped up for that game after how good the first game was. I went to the midnight release. I got the collector's edition. I took it home, and I beat that game in less than 4 hours. I was like, why is this game so short? Like, it took me 3 days to beat the first game. I was like, dude, I just went to the midnight release. It's not even 5 o'clock in the morning, and I have to go to school. Like, this was when I was still going to school while playing games, which was a nightmare. But yeah, I wouldn't say I hated that game, but I was really disappointed. Do you think Dragon Ball Super will ever get a new season? I hope so. It's been long enough. What's my favorite documentary? You gotta give me a genre, like history or gaming, or movies. It's a different answer depending on what the genre is. Like I do have a favorite, like history, and then like one that talks about gaming. So you have to be specific on the genre. Will I be watching the James Cameron film about the man who survived 2 atom bombs? No. No. History? Okay, I would say probably my favorite documentary that I can think of. It's a 2-parter, and it goes over the history of the Spartans. You could probably find it on YouTube, but it's called The Rise and Fall of Sparta. And the first half goes over the creation of Sparta, the war with the Persians and how that ended, and then the second half went over the Second Peloponnesian War, where Sparta was going at war with Athens and its allies, and then what happened and what ultimately caused Sparta to fall. I always go back to that one. That one's always a very interesting document that I enjoy watching. Do I watch The Boys? Yes, I do. Another example is the only other 2 Terminator movies. I gotta admit, I gotta slightly disagree. I don't hate the rest of them. I actually think put it like this. I think Terminator 3 is good. It's not great. It's good because it actually here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about Terminator 3. The whole point of Terminator 3 is John Connor is supposed to survive Judgment Day so he can win the war. So if you follow that logic, it goes in a cycle. Like, the war has to start so John Connor can survive Judgment Day, so he can send Kyle Reese back, so he can send the T-1000 back, and then before he dies, he's already set things in motion so that humanity wins. And that only happens if Judgment Day happens. So in that context, Terminator 3, I think, is a solid sequel. It's not great, but it's solid. Now, Terminator Salvation got one big problem with it that, like, completely discredits Skynet as a threat. Genesis got its problems, but I kind of got a soft spot from that. But Dark Fate is shit. Dark Fate, I walked out of that movie 5 minutes in. I was like, fuck this. I don't think So I mean, I'm so I don't think all the sequels have been bad. makes me makes Rise of Tomb Raider the best. Are you asking what makes it? I think the story, the improved gameplay, the setting, it really is a 10 out of 10. I will say this. I personally have stated this many times. I would give if I had to compare the Uncharted franchise to those three to at least I would say the best of Uncharted to the best of Tomb Raider. I think Rise of Tomb Raider is a better game than Uncharted 2. I stand by that statement. I do think it is a better game. They're both 10 out of 10s, but I would definitely give the edge to Tomb Raider because it's a much more wide open like exploration game set in a specific location across multiple different spots, as opposed to something like Uncharted, which is more toward in a linear style, and that makes it a little bit more one-dimensional. Plus Tomb Raider games have some really great RPG elements, and anytime you can like flawlessly introduce really good RPG elements, that's a major plus. That's something that Uncharted never could do. Yes, yes, Mango. That it is that one. It's a two-parter. It came out in 2002. I really like that one. I've heard of Gohan and Frieza are stronger than Goku in the manga. You could argue that. I mean, everyone's getting stronger than everyone else these days, so. What is a film you wish got a sequel but it never got one? Ooh, that's a good one. Dread. Dread. With Carl Urban, that deserves a sequel. That's a great film. 1 to 10 on Borderlands 2, I'd probably give it like a 7.5. Did you know there was a canceled Batman game canon to the Dark Knight trilogy that was set between Batman Begins and Dark Knight? No, I did not. Do I have a favorite abridged anime show? Easy, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. No, I take that back. No. Look this up if you haven't heard it. Like this, it's been over. Look up Slap on Titan. It's a parody of like Attack on Titan, but it's much funnier. Look that up. It never finished. I think the creator died at some point, but he made like 18 episodes, and it goes through like most of season 1. It's funny as hell. Like if you don't find yourself crying of laughter at some point, then there's something wrong with you. Because I certainly have cried of laughter multiple times. I would love to stream that something. I would love to stream an episode of that like live, so we could all watch it together on YouTube on YouTube and a live stream. I would love to do that. Have I seen American Psycho with Christian Bale? Yes, I have. But tell me, do you like Phil Collins? Because I've been a big Genesis fan. What's a gaming franchise you think needs a reboot? Oh. Damn. Well, that's a good one. This is tough. A reboot. Ooh, that's tough. I'm tempted to say Killzone or Resistance, but I'm kind of okay with them being over because that's kind of how Sony works. They retire old franchises and bring in new IPs, so they don't keep recycling the same stuff. But personally, I would say semi reboot God of War, get rid of Kratos, or have him like permanently retire and follow Atreus. Like I think Santa Monica recently announced that they're working on a new game, but I don't think it's God of War. So I'll say that. Do you consider DMC the best hack and slash? I guess the Devil May Cry franchise could be one of the best. I do think God of War is a little bit better. Who do you think in the movie's evil character in fiction? Wait, what? Who do you think is the movie evil character in fiction? I have no idea, Manding. I have no idea. But that'll do it for this episode. Again, I gotta cut it here because we've been on an hour. There won't be a stream next Wednesday, but there will be one for next Thursday around the same time, 4:30. By that point, I'll be back from my 2-day trip from Universal Studios and MGS Con. And I implore you, if you haven't, please follow me on all my social media outlets on like Instagram and X and Facebook and even Discord. I will be posting everything that I am doing over those 2 days. So if you can see all the fun activities I'm going through, so make sure you do that. And like always, I want to thank you guys for watching. You're awesome. And I will see you guys hopefully next week. On next Thursday for sure. But yeah. I'll catch you guys next time.